Okay. So welcome. Thomas, nice. A long time I don't see you. Was missing you. Nice to see you. Max, nice. Well, lots of people. So welcome. I need to look down when I am looking to you because the screen is here, but it's a big screen so I can see you nicely. So welcome, all of you. And today I wanted to share with you some technology about healing, especially concerned about the fingers. I know many of you are already massage therapists. Some of you I know that work with massage. Maybe you are doing Jorei, Reiki. There are so many healing techniques that are done with the hands, and they are different. If you are doing a shiatsu or a Thai massage, the way that you work with the hands is different. For example, when you are doing a Jorei or a Reiki or even a Tantra massage. A Tantra massage is already something different. And this thing about the fingers, I started thinking more about it when I was teaching Tantra massage. Before that, I studied the Thai massage, and of course, when we study Thai massage, we learn about the pressure points, and it's very important the use of the thumb when you do the use of the pressure points, but you don't explore too much all the fingers. But when I was teaching Tantra massage, I realized that it makes very much a difference if the person that is applying are aware of the use of all the 5 fingers. I teach a technique that is very subtle. Some of you have studied with me that, or even received from me. That is a technique that I use all the tip of the fingers. And I always was perceiving some people are doing the technique like this, with the, forgetting the pinky fingers, like they have the pinky finger up. And they say, bring your pinky finger down. And it was amazing. Sometimes just by bringing the pinky finger down, the result, sometimes the body started shaking. And I said, wow, that isn't, I knew it was important, but I was really amazed how much difference it made in the result. And by that time, I started thinking more about it. And I was already studied with Mantak Chia about this Kung Fu, the finger Kung Fu. What means finger Kung Fu? Kung Fu means training. I also teach the tongue Kung Fu that Mantak Chia teach, that is very much used in the sexual tantra. I'm sure many of you would love to learn the tongue Kung Fu or receive some of the ones that are trained in the tongue, but this is not about the tongue, it's about the fingers. And when I studied that, I learned that the different fingers are connected with different channels of energy. This is in the Chinese way of thinking, or the Chinese tradition. I'm not going to use the Chinese channels of energy here because most of you are in yoga. So I'm going to share with you the point of view of yoga, and we are going to do some exercise on how it works. And I'm going to explain a little bit to you understand how each finger contributes for the healing. But first, let's do an exercise. This exercise demands that you have some memory, kinesthetic memory. And this exercise is very simple. We are going to take you finger by finger, and first we're going to start with the to the thumb, and we are going just to caress. So just you can even close your eyes and caress yourself with the thumb a little bit. And try to go with the tip of the thumb also, just with the tip. And sometimes with the full thumb. Very good. Now feel the effects of this self-massage with the thumb. Very soft massage. And try to name it. What is this kind of energy? How you feel? If you don't have a name to it, try just to memorize how it feels. And now we are going to do the same with the index finger. So take the index finger and again, try to do with the full finger and with the tip of the finger. And relax and try to understand what you felt with the index finger and what is the difference between the index finger and the thumb, if you can give names for what you feel and the index finger. And you are going to do the same now with the middle finger. So take your middle finger and caress yourself.
Meine Reiki-Energie fließt, weiß ich ja, aber das ist ja was anderes, denke ich mal. Muss ich mich jetzt wieder rechts einordnen?
Theoretisch sollte man immer rechts fahren, mit Autos, die breiter sind als Pkw.
Oh,
Sogenannte Lkw-Rechtsfahrgebot.
Aha.
Aber es ist eh gut.
everything
Aber es macht
okay?
Sinn.
Everything okay?
Es macht Sinn, weil die rechte
Okay. I didn't understand what's in German, I think. Okay, so you feel the middle finger. Try to perceive what you felt. What are the conclusions? And let's go to the ring finger, the fourth finger. And try to massage with the tip or with the full finger. Perceive if the flavor, what's the flavor of your ring finger, the fourth finger. And now try to name it. Try to compare it with the other fingers. And let's go to the pinky finger, the smaller finger. So caress yourself, try to feel. And then try to notice what is the energy that you felt with the pinky finger and compare with the energy of the other fingers. And gradually can come back. Let me clean here. So somebody could feel some difference, or you felt that all the fingers when you massage is the same energy? Not Ivana's felt some difference? Okay. Somebody wanted to comment something? Max, you want to comment? Because I saw the hand on, so, but your microphone is, okay. Okay. So usually, let's see here. Okay. Usually some people that are not used with energy cannot feel any difference. But the pinky finger they can feel because it's usually you feel much more lighter and a bit even ticklish. Yeah. And the thumb, of course, you feel more heavy. It's like you go from something more heavy to something more light. It's like you go from the more dense to the more sublime. So in yoga, when we study about the hand, we study about the hand mudras. Some of you that are more advanced in the levels, we study about the hand mudras. And we connect each of the fingers with different chakras. So we start with the thumb with Muladhara, the earth element, the index finger with Swadhisthana, water element, the middle finger with the fire, Manipura, the fourth finger, the ring finger with Vishuddha, the ether, with Anahata, the air element, and then the pink finger with Vishuddha, the ether element. So we have here all the 5 elements. In the Chinese medicine, there is some correspondence. It's not exactly perfectly the same. I explain more this in the course of the cosmic healing that I teach some healing techniques and exercise from Taoism. But here it's enough for what we needed to do today. And of course, when we wanted to work with healing, usually we're going to see that people, when they are healing, they use all the full hand. They do like something like position like this with the hand, and they are transmitting the energy. And it's very important. This is a hint for all of you. If you are transmitting the energy by distance, your hand needs to be relaxed. You cannot be tension in your hand because this is going to hold the energy. So it's good that you practice exercises to relax your hand, to take out the tension of your hand. So some people, most of the people, when we learn about healing, they do with the full hand, and usually they focus not on the fingers, but in the center of the palm. That also is a very important point of transmission of energy. But for more advanced healers, we're going to see that they would use the fingers because the fingers are going to give different and more precise energies. So usually you can see that some people are going to do healing using these 2 fingers. That is the most usual, that you use the index finger and the middle finger. Yes? Like you do this, so you do some, maybe they touch you like this. So these are very much a way that they are doing healing. Very rare, we are going to see somebody doing healing with the pink finger. Is not very much used, the pink finger, or the 4th finger. So the most used are these 2 fingers. And the thumb also can be used, and I'm going to explain a little bit why. The thumb is very easy to recharge the energy because it's related with the earth energy. It brings this energy of stability, everything that you know that is related with the earth element. And we would think, oh, because the earth element is good for grounding, for stability, and probably for the physical body, because it's healing. But when we talk about the earth element per se is not making any changes because it's very much stable. Don't bring change. So for working with energy, we need some movement. In the Taoist, we are going to work very much with the forces of the fire and the water. That is also called the Kan and Li in Chinese, the water and the fire. And here is the same thing. When we are using these two fingers, it's like you are going to work with the fire and the water, maybe burning whatever that is in excess, maybe purifying or cleaning, or even helping to move it, to taking out the excess. So these two fingers are very, very much helpful for moving this energy. And there is a specific positions of the hands that we can use it for energizing. For example, if you wanted to energize the Manipura chakra, you know that this is the thumb that we use for that. And it's very interesting, yeah, because when we do this gesture, maybe some people perceive it like aggressive because it have to do with this fire of Manipura. I don't know if it is a synchronicity, but there is no synchronicity in the universe. And you can think, if you wanted to energize somebody that don't have too much energy of the fire, or even if you yourself you wanted to increase in Manipura, you can take these fingers and just point to your navel and bring and imagine that you are sending the energy of a fire element to your finger. Of course, it's good that you energize your fingers beforehand. And if you want to balance, then you can bring the index finger also here to the area of the navel. It's like you balance the water and the fire element. So these are some things about the 5 elements. But how we energize or how we work with this energy? For the energy to work, we need to have a polarity. Polarity of energy is important to work with the movement of energy. There is a law that when we have too much of one kind of energy, the plus is like calling, this is the Chinese medicine. When I have too much energy that are plus or solar or yang, it is like that, like you have the sunshine. When the sunshine is on the top, so it's like in the maximum, it's like it's calling for the yin, it's calling for the opposite. So the same thing is with the energy. And this is one of the tricks if you wanted to energize your fingers that we work with polarity. And we are going to do exercise to energize it today, working with colors on the fingers. So for example, if I just do like I do my consecration and I want to do healing and I imagine the energy that if I am doing Reiki or Jorei, I am receiving this energy from the higher and this energy is passing from me and is sending to the another person, this is going to work. And this is a lot about grace. But you can improve this very much by training, working with physical exercise. There are some physical exercise for the fingers, also some visualizations and understanding this polarity of energy in the different fingers. I'm going to show a picture so you can understand how to work with that. But before I go there, I want to know if you have any questions to what I talked up to now. I'm talking quite quickly. Okay, so I'm going to share a picture here. There. All of you can see it? Okay. So this is showing here how we energize the fingers. One of the ways. There is different methodologies. For example, I'm not going to explain today, but we can take the thumb and bring it to Ajna chakra and energize the thumb by connecting, he receive energy on Ajna chakra. But today we are going to do something more simple, just to understand the polarity on how to work with the energy. First thing you need to understand, when you are doing some healing, you are always aiming to not give your personal energy. I think all of you know that, but especially work with the hands. If we don't take care, we are going to, I would not say that to give our energy, but if you don't take care, because we are not aware of our energy, we can enter in the resonance of the person that is sick, and then we are going to copy that energy that is sick in our energy. The feeling is the feeling like the person stole our energy, but it's not that really the person stole our energy or that we gave the energy to the person and then we become depleted. It's more because since we didn't work with that energy properly, we got contaminated by that energy and we are in the same vibration of that person. It's more or less like this kind of thing. Somebody is singing a very stupid song somewhere, and then 10 hours later, you have that song in your head. You know that story? So it's the same thing. It's not that that person stole something from you or took your energy. It's just that you cop that energy and now your system is just playing back that energy. For you avoid to this kind of thing happen, you need first to work with your own energy, with meditation, with purifications. After all the healing sessions that you do, if you work with can be massage, can be Reiki, Jorei, whatever, you always wash your hands with water, with flowing water. Also wash your face. And if you felt that it was really difficult, even go and take a full shower. This is very, very important. Sometimes I neglected, I didn't do that, and I could feel the effect. In the end of the day, I feel tired and I say, oh my God, I was in a hurry and I didn't took care of myself. So always wash your hands, your face after you give it energy. And before, do your yoga, do your meditation. I'm not going in details here because it's not about that. And this exercise that we are going to do now is one of the exercises that we can do for preparing to receive energy. What we are going to do? We are going to build up a polarity of energy in our hands. The center, as you see in the picture, we are going to imagine a figure like the Tai Chi. You see the picture of the Tai Chi, this circle that is red and blue. This is in the Taoism. Don't get mixed up with yoga now. Now I'm talking about practice from Taoism. Is the fire and the water. You can even imagine like there is a wheel of fire and water in the center of your palm. Now you can just massage the center of your palm and try to feel this center of energy here. So you already awaken it. Just take your palm and do some massage. Try to feel the center. And if you want to feel how much awareness you have of this energy, you do some massage and pull a little bit. And you can even try to pick up the energy and see how much you can pick up and go back and feel that you are picking up the energy from the center of your palm. If you don't feel anything, just go there and massage again and again, like you are building up. And then you try to pick up, pull. Close your eyes. Take some time with this play. Massage, 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 and then try to pull and feel the sensation. You can do in the other hand also. Hold and pull. And when you have done it in both hands, you can even put one hand in front of the other and try to feel the connection. Like there is a glue that pull between both hands. Try to feel this nice tingling sensation and see how much you can expand without losing the feeling. And then you come back. And now work with this visualization of the fire and the water. Imagine the center of your each palm, like a wheel of fire and water is spiraling, can be the symbol of the yin and the yang. Very good. Now we are going to go to the fingers. First, come to the tip of the thumb, and we are going to imagine like a spiral of energy, but now it's blue. So we put here the color blue on the tip of the thumb. And then we are going to play again like we did with the palm. Try to feel the connection between your thumbs. This blue energy, how much you feel. You can touch the thumb and then separate to feel the energy. Blue, blue, blue light. Very good. Now we're going to go to the index finger. The index finger is also blue. So try to feel the tip of your index finger. Connecting with this energy, you can friction one finger against the other. And then try to visualize the blue light on the tip of your finger or of your index finger. And then try to feel the connection between the fingers, this field of energy of blue light. And then we are going to the middle finger, also the blue light on the tip of the finger. You can friction both the fingers. And try to feel this blue light. Try to see this blue light. And you can feel the connection between both fingers, both of the middle fingers. And then we go to the fourth finger. Also, the color is going to be blue on the top. Visualize the blue color. Can friction the finger. And try to feel the connection between both fingers. Very good. Now we go to the pinky finger. The pinky finger, we are going to imagine the red light on the top. The pinky finger is going to build up the polarity of energy. So imagine a flame, a light on the top of the pinky finger. You can friction the pinky finger and feel the connection. So red light, red color. Now you can feel the connection. And now we spend some time just feeling just recalling and visualizing the fire and the water in the center, in the palm of your hand, the blue light on the top of your fingers, the thumb, the index finger, the middle finger, the fourth finger, and the red light on the top of the pink finger. Try to do this as much as you can. I didn't told that, but also if you are more kinesthetic, you can feel like the blue light is more cool, so a cooling sensation, or a blue light, or and a hot sensation, or the red light on the top of your fingers, correspondent fingers. So it can be, if you are more kinesthetic, you can go also this direction, or you can just repeat if you are more auditory, red, blue. So do as what serve you best. And now with this polarity build, we are going to bring our hands together and again try to feel the energy. And now you can move your palms. I'm going to show here also from the sides, like you are building up a ball of energy, an energy ball. And nourish it, visualize it beautifully. If you cannot feel any energy between your hands, you just bring your hands together, or even can clap a little bit. And then you come back and separate and try to feel this ball of energy growing up. And if it's okay, if sometimes you go too far and you lost it, you come back, you can clap your hands again, but you're going to see that in some point, the energy is starting build up, and then suddenly it's like you are really holding a ball that feels like a physical ball, but it's an energy ball. It is like when you played that games that they are fighting, they do this some energy ball and they send it to the opponent. You can feel like you are that powerful, that you are building up that energy. And bring this ball of energy in front of your heart. We are going to use this ball of energy to energize our heart chakra or center, so can bring to the front of your chest and feel that this magnetic connection between this ball of energy and your heart chakra, and feel like you are impregnate, you are bringing inside, energizing your heart chakra. don't need to touch your chest. Stay about some 4 to 5 centimeters away from the physical touch. Just keep feeling this magnetic connection between your hands and your chest. Feel the area of your chest being more energized. How do you feel? Like more a physical energy, warm energy, or more like emotional energy, like emotion of love and compassion? Or maybe more like a vital energy? And gradually you can relax and just observe how you perceive the energy in your hands and in your chest. And gradually you can come back. Take a deep breath in and out. Share. So this is one exercise just for you to have some awareness of how we can build up polarity inside our hands and enhance the energy transmission. Even if you don't do that and you are doing healing, of course it's going to work. But there are many techniques that can help you to understand how to enhance this energy. But for this, you need to understand what is the different channels of energy, what kind of energy each finger is transmitting. And only if you wanted to really go in more detail, then I recommend that you study about it. And it's very important if you wanted to go to in Tantra, I think this we wanted to know by the detail if you wanted to do that. Because then it's really interesting if you wanted to be more precise. Oh, I wanted to give this kind of energy. Then you can work with it, this kind of touch or this kind of way of transmitting the energy and build up the polarity. There is a lot of exercise. It's just a 1 hour workshop, and I was like, okay, what can I transmit in 1 hour? But I can tell you that in the Taoism, when I teach that, we do some special sequences to energize all of the fingers, connect each finger with the energy of the earth and the heaven, for example. and understand the channels of energy. I say that when we do Qigong, we understand the different channels of energy, even maybe more deep with than some people that study traditional Chinese medicine, because we are going to visualize the energy flowing for each channel of the energy when you are doing that. So this is one of the gifts that we have when we are working with this studying the healing of energy from the Taoist standpoint of view. And these are something that I want to share you, but I also wanted to open some time for some questions. Maybe you have questions not about this, but about how to heal or how to deal with the energy when you are healing. Some of you already are doing healing, so you may have some questions that you have faced. So I wanted to open for some questions. I have here some comment. Okay. Any other comments, questions? Mel? Yes, can open.
Sorry, I'm in my parents' place in the sunshine here. It's rare for UK.
Very beautiful, this blue sky. Yeah.
Yes, the horses in the background. I just wanted to ask, I missed a little bit because my internet connection dropped out. So you maybe said this, so forgive me if I'm asking again. But normally the Manipura and fire is emissive and the yin is receptive. And yet when we're talking about the blue yin energy, it's the one that's being emissive, and the red energy is being, yang energy here is being receptive. Why is that? Or have I just misunderstood?
I am working of building up some polarity. I didn't talk about being receptive or emissive. We did the different fingers. Yeah. What we did 4 things with the blue and 1 with the red. Yeah, we are building in the middle with the both colors, because you are building a kind of polarity. So this is something interesting. The pink finger here plays the role of building up this contrast with the energy of the other fingers. And I did that because I don't know if you was in the beginning. I did the exercise that we are touching with each finger. You can see the pink finger give a kind of change of energy. When you touch with this, even the touch of it usually is very, very different. You feel more electric, more subtle. So there is something about the pinky finger that helps to build up this polarity. But the pinky finger, I also told, I don't know if you were in the beginning, that usually nobody goes to heal when they do something with the pinky finger. And that is, I didn't told why. Because the energy of the pinky finger is also very subtle. So for the person, we can transmit, you can do some healing with that, but for the person to perceive or to assimilate that is more difficult, because the person needs to be open or sensitive to this subtle energy. So it's more easy when you do the transmission of the energy to work with these 2 fingers. It's just because the level of energy that these 2 fingers are transmitting is more easy to the person to assimilate, and also that they help this transmutation of energy, because it's the fire and the water element. Just about that. But I didn't told anything about being receptive or emissive.
That was probably me. Yeah, that's right. It's probably me reading off the diagram, because on the diagram it said the blue energy was pushing and the red energy was pulling in negative energy, and the blue energy was pushing out. So I've read it off the diagram and made that assumption.
Okay. Well, this is something that I didn't want to enter here, but when we are going to study, we're going to put the tradition of yoga, the tradition of yoga together with the Taoism. We needed to know that it's not going to be 100% similar. And this is not because one is right and the other is wrong, but because they are maps that are describe the energy from different standpoints of view.
Yep.
I like very much this kind of thing that one of my Taoist teachers told me. It's like that. If you have a map that you wanted to go to a location, the map that you need to go to a location by using a car is going to be very different from the map that you have when you are going to a location by airplane. Or maybe you are going to a location by walk, or maybe you are going by the location for another transportation, because they are dealing with different paths, but they are all going to the same location. But even the colors, maybe you say, oh, I said blue for these fingers, but maybe the color of Muladhara is not blue. Why am I using blue in this? That also can create a confusion. So I am not using the color of the chakras here. I am working with the energy, and I told this the energy of the fire and the water in this case. It's more that I wanted to work with two opposite energies and not the energy of the chakra when I am building up the polarity. And but when I am transmitting, yes, that can be more the energy of that chakra. But for building up the polarity, I am working with just opposite energies, and I'm not working with the color of the chakra, because it's not the goal there. But when we go to Taoism, we are going to see that a lot of more adjustments that we need to do when talking about it.
Okay, no, that's all right. It was just to clarify, so I understand. That's perfect. I was going to say it's a bit similar when you're doing Ayurveda, because with Ayurveda, even though it's a sister science, it'll move energy differently as well, and you can create more energy in the sexual chakra to use tantrically if you actually push the energy down with the Ayurvedic methods, and then you're pushing energy downwards into the sacral chakra, and then that brings more sexual energy, and then you can sublimate it. But it's kind of, so it's interesting when you're mixing the different systems, you kind of start to learn ways that you can amplify and do things more effectively as well. It's just understanding the different maps and how they might integrate and and understand that they're different. But thank you, it's a very beautiful session.
Thank you. And very nice that example you gave it from Ayurveda. And it's very interesting that many of you will not know, but even when we study the Qigong or the Taoism that is for self-development, is very different from the traditional medicine. Even the meridians of energy are not the same. So even inside of Taoism, there is some difference, because the healing and the development are different. And the healer needs to be developing himself. So we also teach this path. And of course, if you are doing Ayurveda, you want to bring energy down because you are healing the physical body. When I teach Tantra massage, I do some comparisons with bioenergetics, developed by Wilma Reich. And always the people on bioenergetic also work from up downwards. Why? Because they are not doing the same thing that in Tantra we want to do. They are working for the healing and the integration of the person in society, while Tantra are doing another thing. And both are correct, but they have different goals. And this I explain more in the Tantra therapist workshop that I give when I do the comparison of that. But you are completely right. Yes, very, very good comments. Any other questions? Who work with healing here? Can just raise your hand so I know. Mel, I know. Thomas. Yeah, nice to know. Okay, good. So let's see if we have any questions here in the chat. Ivana, you want to do a question? Can open the mic. Yes.
Yes, you can read it. Probably it is better. Yes.
Let's see if I can read it. One moment. Oh, there is a lot of messages. Yeah. Can you remember me, please, names of the workshops? Which is the name of this first one? The name of workshop that I teach about the healing, you mean?
The Taoistic, because on the beginning, it was when I took a part, it was 2 parts, and now you divide it in 4 parts, and I'm not sure if I see it on the websites.
Yeah.
Which one is the first? Which one is the first we should start?
Yeah, that is the cosmic healing that I'm going to give. That is more about this technique. And it's going to be just one workshop. And that is the Tantra therapist. That is something else that I teach about massage, but it's just the cosmic healing that is in the website. Yes. I felt emission in every finger, but notice that the red is a little warm energy and the blue finger is more cold. Yes, it's what I told you. So you already felt that. And you're going to see it's very important, these both energies for the movement of energy. If I only had the earth element, then don't move anything. But the cold and the hot is what allow the alchemy of healing, not only of healing, but of the self-development to help to happen in ourselves. Very nice. Mick, I felt emission in every finger, but I noticed, okay, this, I felt the same, good. Paul, could you please give me some indication which chakra finger we need for which healing practice? So, Paul did a question of which finger we use for healing. Of course, when we talk about transmission of energy, it depends very much on what you are working for. If you wanted to enhance the fire element, or if you are working in the energy that is related with the fire elements, we are going to use the Manipura chakra, the middle finger. But there are different things. For example, if you want to cut energy, there is another point of energy that is not only the fingers. There is one point of energy that is here on the side of the palm, just in this curve here, when you have the palm, that you use to cut energy and also to energize. So there is different, I am going to explain this more in the course, but it depends very much on how you are applying this energy. If you wanted to cut the energy, if you wanted to give energy, I already told that these two fingers are very good for energizing. For example, if you wanted to energize, don't need to be the person. You want to take a cup of glass and put energy inside of it. There is some spiritual practice that they do that. You do blessed water or energize the water. You take a cup of water that is clean, and then you can connect this energy, receive the energy from the cosmos, and then bring this energy to the water. There is some techniques that you do like that you energize the water. So these two fingers are really good. The middle finger, you can see that even when we do that, it's like, oh, aggressive. So this it's a more pointed. It's like when you wanted to do something that is going more deep. So you use that, but also the effect when you put more energy can be a little bit more strong. So need to see if the person is that energy for that person, depend on the state of that person to receive that energy. And we work with colors. So besides the energy of the fingers, we also use the energy of the colors. For example, the purple color, the violet color, is an energy that is present everywhere that we can use it for healing. It's not very specific, but it's one of the energies that we can connect it. When we studying the Taoist system, we are going to see that sometimes we use it for healing. We don't go too much for the bright colors, just because there is this thing with the frequency of the person. When somebody is very depleted, her system, and this is also valid for those who work with massage. Imagine that I'm going to give this example, maybe it's more easy to understand. You are full of energy, you are solar, you are enthusiastic, and then came to you somebody to be treated that is down, is depressed, is without energy. And then you come there, I'm going to heal you, I'm full of energy. That person that is depressed, that is in low energy, is going to protect, because they are going to feel like you are going to attack that person. Because not because you wanted to attack, it's just because you are for her or for him too much. So if you want to work with that person, it's not that you need to become depressed, but you need to become more stable. So you need to first do a meditation. If your energy is with a lot of agitation, you need to calm down until a level that you can transmit, and then you can communicate with that person. And the same rule applies when you are going to understand which kind of energy, finger, color, what I'm going to use. I need to observe how the person is. There are some techniques like the massage, the tantra massage. I always use the 5 fingers because we are working, this technique works with this stimulation, and at the same time that you are applying with the 5 fingers, with this light touch, you are also harmonizing the person. But not everybody is prepared to receive this very soft touch, because although it's very light and very subtle, it also can be very intense. So also depend on the technique that you are applying to know what finger you are going to use. So if you have any specific question, I can tell, but like you can see, there is many things that you need to observe to decide what I apply, what kind of technique I apply, or color or finger, depends very much on the situation. But in general rule, you try to be in a level that the person can receive that energy. And of course, you energize it first yourself. So this would be the general idea. Paul, I hope that I could answer you. What you work with healing, Paul?
No, actually, I like giving massages, and yeah, well, if I'm now having the knowledge which finger is for which chakra, then I also need to know, yeah, well, when to use the fire, when to use the earth, and to connect it with the necessity of the person which is right in front of me at this special moment.
Yeah.
So for me, maybe you could give me one more hint how I can feel which the person is needing right in front of me. How do I feel that?
Very good question. How do I feel what the person needs, the person that is in front of me? First thing, that you need to be a perfect mirror. How you become a perfect mirror? That you need first to understand how is your energy and put it in a level that at the same time that you are fully energized, that you are complete yourself. When you know how is your baseline, where is your standard energy, whatever that it comes outside, you can recognize as something that is different from you. What happens with many therapists that I perceive is that they don't know themselves as their baseline. Who am I? How is my basic energy? And I'm not telling, because we change it every day, but every time you enter to make it, can be as a therapist or even if you are giving massage, but most as a therapist, you need to have your space, or you need to have what you call the setting that is for therapy, like the setting that's proper for that. And you need, when you enter in that setting, you are always in the same line. You are not supposed to bring your energy there. Your energy, I would say, as an extra. You have the setting, and the setting is for healing, and you need to know you are always there. And then when the person comes, you can perceive the difference. You can perceive, I am not used to this. Maybe it is coming from this person, and I'm not telling that always is easy to understand. I can give you some examples, maybe to make it clear. I worked a lot with a tantra massage, so this is my most experience. I was doing sometimes 6 massage per day, and of course I have the proper room, everything. The setup was perfect to receive that people. When I was in Brazil, here in Thailand was more difficult. Still, I don't have a perfect setup. But I remember, for example, once I have a client that every time she came to receive a massage, I had the talk. She explained what she was looking. She didn't have any major problem. She come just for know herself. But every time I was doing massage to her, after half an hour, I felt my pain in my belly, and like it was coming a very big diarrhea that I need to run to the toilet. And I was, interesting. The first time you can say, maybe I ate something wrong today, but it happens again 2 times more and with the same person. And I was doing other massages. So I knew for clear that it was something that was coming from that person. And of course, I didn't ask the person, oh, do you have diarrhea or do you have something? Because it was not the point. It was something on her energy that was touching me, that was giving that kind of energy, that was clearly related with the Manipura chakra. I could feel that was something on the level of Manipura chakra, that it manifested with me, because I'm very kinesthetic with this feeling like, oh, I need to go and just throw away something. So there was some tensions in there. And then I could, of course, in time, it took some time, I could in time bring her to work more on the Manipura chakra. Actually, I was doing tantric massage that was not the proper way to treat what she was like developing the fire element. So I gave her, I said, I think that what you need is to develop more stability, more verticality, and I gave her some exercises of Qigong to her to do. But it manifested for me in that situation in my body. Sometimes it can manifest in thoughts, like you do a session, and like that situation I told before, that the music started playing in your head. You are usually a very happy person, you don't have negative thoughts, and then suddenly you are starting thinking, or maybe you start thinking, oh, I am angry, I hate it, or thoughts of hate, and this is not your fault. So this, you know, that also can be something that is coming from outside. This would be some way of perceiving by the reflection that it has in your body. And as I said, if you don't know yourself, you take that as your own personality, and it's not. It's something that you are just some music of other person that you are playing in your system. This is one of the ways that you have to identify. And then you need to know the chakras very well to know which chakra to work. Because if you have the thoughts of depression, there are many kinds of depression, but in general, of course, then you know that is related with the water element, Swadhisthana, confusion, mental confusion. Then you know that you need to work on the water element. And if you feel that you are so much touched by that energy that is difficult for you to work, you need to take time to do meditation and you work in yourself. There are other ways. When you are doing the massage itself, when you are touching the person, you can perceive there are some parts of the body that you feel more hot, some parts of the body that you feel more cold, and if you become more sensitive, remember that exercise we did in the beginning, you are going to perceive some parts of the body that it's having more electricity, sometimes of the body, parts of the body that's more dry, some parts of the body that is more wet, and also this bring you some kind of feedback. If it is dry, you know that the dryness can be related with the earth element or with the air element. If it is wet, you know, that is related with the water element. So this also give you, so even the way of touching the person, with this subtle touch that I do, usually when we start, if everything is good, we feel very dry. And it is very good because the dry is the air element, and this is a touch of the air element. But when the energy starts arouse and the Kundalini start arousal, then it becomes very dry and the person starts to sweat. And this is also good because show the arousal of energy and this boiling of energy, the fire and the water start coming, the person starting to warm up and at the same time started to sweat. So you see that is the awakening of other chakras. So also this give you more kinesthetic feedback, and then you need to develop this sensitivity to perceive different sensations. If you work with a more deep massage, tissue massage like a shiatsu, also when you press the body, there are different sensations. You can feel knots. Sometimes you feel the tissue are more soft, like there is some blockage, but the blockage is soft, or there is some blockage and this blockage is more hard. These also are kind of feedback that you have. But you see, it's a lot. Then you need to really study about the not only the chakras, but the different kinds of energy and how they manifest. So just for you to open your mind that, okay, there is a big field there that you can have. And not to say some of you may be visual and you start seeing colors. You are doing massage and then you see, oh, there is some place that you feel more dark. And you say, oh, but it's the light or it's me? So maybe you can see the aura of the person. Maybe you can see the pranic body that is different of seeing the astral body that is more with colors. Also, this can give you some hint. When you see the energy body or the pranic body, it's more like shades of gray. And when you see the astral body, you see like colors. So this is also another level of working of energy that is more for people that are visual. Okay, see, it's a lot of information. Okay, any other questions? So if you wanted to practice, I would say that the first exercise we did is very good for you to understand the different energy of your fingers. So just do self-massage. And you're going to see in time that you're going to perceive the difference between the thumb, the index finger very clearly. And the more clear you perceive this energy in yourself, the most is going to be easy for you to perceive the energy in the other person. So you can just do this touch with yourself. That I think is the easiest, especially the very soft touch. Why soft? Of course, you can do deep massage, but we want to perceive the energy, not the physical energy. I think everybody can perceive here. Of course, the thumb go more deep and more heavy, and the pink finger is more light. This I think everybody can do. So the soft touch is going to give you the sensation on the subtle level. So it's very good to practice. And the polarity of energy, you can do this exercise with the colors. So you have 2 exercises to practice. Okay, any other questions? So if no more questions, I'm going to conclude. Today we have 7:30, the Shiva meditation. Our invited with Muktananda. So see you later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.